All right, welcome back to part 2 of the MindMeister webcast. At this point, I'm going to show you the how-to to MindMeister and how you can utilize it in your classroom. MindMeister can be used in several ways. For the classroom perspective, you can use it for any classroom, professional development seminars with colleagues. The typical age of users, I would say probably using with middle school or high school. Um, Anyone in the elementary age group might have a difficult time utilizing it and being able to toggle back and forth through all the different options. Another thing that MindMeister can be used for is brainstorming with group work. It can be used for project planning, to-do lists, used as an organizational chart. It can also be used for essay writing. So for students that are in an English language arts class, they can use it to kind of structure out their outline before they write their paper. It kind of gives them a creative outlet. It can also be used for lesson planning, and both students and teachers can easily utilize the software. So I'm going to show you what MindMeister looks like from the login page. So this is where MindMeister takes you when you Google it. It's MindMeister. It's a German innovation, so that's why Meister, which means master in German. Here it shows, I'm going to just scroll down just a little bit. Here it kind of just shows you different aspects, the whole mind mapping, the collaboration. Another cool thing about it is you can assign students to be in a group and they can create their own mind map together that can be shared in live time. Necessarily couldn't do that on pen and paper because, again, you lose a lot of space. You're kind of limited to that 8.5 by 11 paper. You can also present your ideas. So if students were creating an organizational chart on, let's just say, a story that they read, The Outsiders, they can present the ideas to their class based using the same platform. It also is accessible on all devices, which is a good thing, especially if you are bring your own device school where students are coming in with either Mac computers, with PC, or Android or Mac tablets. Another thing, so let's just look at the get started part. There's different plans. So MindMeister is a free service for users if you use the basic plan, which is the one I'm using right now. You can create up to 3 mind maps. I think though if you wanted to use the basic plan and you just use different email addresses, you could obviously access up to more than 3. So that one is a free one. The personal one is you are able to upload your files and images. So if you were to create something and you wanted to download it and upload it to Google Drive, you could do so as well. That one is $36 for 6 months. So there, the price is already going up. Again, though, you have unlimited mind maps. You can create as many or as few as you want. The Pro is where you're able to customize your themes, so you're a little bit more flexibility in the creative side of it. You can form teams. You can also export it to your Word and PowerPoint export. The business side of it, a lot of businesses use MindMeister, especially for their organization and project planning, and also in brainstorming for think tanks. And that, again, is $90 for 6 months. Let's take a look at the education plan since you probably would be using it from an education perspective. Again, they have the basic one, that's the 3 mind maps for free. The educational personal, that is $18. So as you can see, originally it was, I believe, it was $36. So for the education personal, it's 18 months. And so you're obviously getting a deal here. And then the education campus one, that one is probably for if your school district or university would like to have an all access to MindMeister, then the domain is only $6 per user for 6 months. So obviously they give you more bang for your buck. So that's just the plans about MindMeister. I'll take you back to the login page. So this is how I would log in. So I would bring it up, the login part, enter in my username. Oops. All right, so this is kind of what I showed you before in part one of my video. We're gonna create a new mind map because I wanna show you kind of how you can use this. So as you can see, we're gonna browse the template library. There are tons of already selected templates that are available to you. I did the to-do list with the scientific method. There's project planning, organizational chart, business plan, weekly update, lesson planning, course syllabus. I'm going to use, and also too, they have the categories. So maybe if you're just doing education, you want the essay writing or exam preparation. Maybe for homework, you want a student to create their own MindMeister map. Um, let's do the homework one because that one looks the easiest to access. All right, so here it already comes pre-made. It allows me to retype out what I want to do. So we're going to do a little poem analysis with this one. So the one that I'm going to be looking at is the poem by Langston Hughes. So it's the poem I Too Sing America. And I'm going to downsize this just a little bit, side panel, just so that we can see the poem that I'm looking at. So I'm just going to make that a little bit wider. All right, so here's the poem I was looking at, I Too Sing America. You can read it along as I go. So maybe I want, for my homework exercise, my teacher wants me to look at if I can paraphrase. So maybe I'd have a bubble on paraphrasing. So this poem is about a servant during post-slavery time, but prior to the civil rights. And he is talking about how he wishes to sit at the table with the other company instead of being sent to the kitchen. So if I were to paraphrase this poem in my mind map, I might say something, the speaker wishes to sit at the table instead of being sent to the kitchen. Another thing too is what I really like about this is it already automatically spaces out everything so it wraps the text. Maybe another aspect my teacher would want me to look at is who is the speaker. So maybe I might have a bubble on that. And here I'm going to use the this point right here, and already you can see it creates a line. So a subset. Oops, I deleted it. All right, there it is. So I just hit tab, and here I'm going to put that the speaker is a African American. Okay. So there's one. Maybe I also need to, oh, and there's also, so for example, I just deleted that one. If I wanted to redo it, I can just hit the redo and it'll automatically bring it back up for me. So maybe I want to look at the tone. So in the tone of this poem, the speaker is optimistic. And if I can always add this plus, so maybe I want to put, maybe I also notice there is a theme. Oops. I'm going to bring this over so you can see it. Maybe there's a theme of oppression. And I don't want that there, so I'm going to hit the minus. All right. And maybe, oops. Actually, we'll just put this one here. Maybe my teacher wanted me to pick out something that really resonated with me. So I'm going to do the quote, "They'll see how beautiful I am." So here maybe I want to write about, so I just hit the tab again. maybe I want to write about what that made me feel. So here it kind of shows his confidence and strength. Okay. So there, I've already got it. I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit just so you guys can see kind of what it looks like from a bigger level. So I'll make this in a bigger screen again. All right, so here you're already starting to see this concept map being put together. Looks really cool that it's a wide kind of set. And all right, so that is just kind of a really brief tutorial on how to use MindMeister. Again, you can use all these different icons to make it colorful and make it your own. So if you would like to visit more on the MindMeister, there it is on the link to it. And if you would like to rewatch that video that I showed you earlier on, this is the address to it. And again, thank you for watching.